Welcome back to Let's Get Cooking. It's your girl Rashida, and in today's video I have something a little special for you today. I'm going to show you how to make teriyaki chicken. Actually, we're going to make it together. This was my first time. It was delicious. I like teriyaki chicken at the Hibachi restaurant, so I wanted to recreate my own version. First, starting off with some chicken thighs. Chicken thighs are the best. I prefer chicken thighs over chicken breasts is what I'm saying, because they're a lot juicier and more flavorful. So I'm using these skinless chicken thighs, but you can also use chicken thighs with the skin on. First off, I'm going to start off by seasoning both sides of my chicken, because you know chicken is kind of bland, so you got to help it out. And I'm just using this Kinder's blend salt, pepper, garlic powder seasoning, and I'm putting that on both sides, but in the future maybe one side would just be fine. I am cooking just 2 pounds of chicken. You could just reduce it to 1 pound depending on how many people you're trying to feed. If you have a small family of just like 1 or 2 people, probably 1 pound is just fine. I was preparing this for 4, so this is 2 pounds. So what you think about hibachi? Do you like it? Have you been in any hibachi restaurants? What's your favorite thing to order from there? You know, they like to make hibachi chicken. You can get shrimp, you get steak. I believe you get dumplings. I really like the vegetables that they make on the side. I like to get brown rice if they have it. And usually I get like a teriyaki chicken and shrimp or chicken and steak. It just depends. So I'm recreating that right here at home. And I think I came pretty close. So right now my chicken is well seasoned. So I'm flipping that back over. And it's time to make the teriyaki sauce. This is like the main ingredient. This is what makes the teriyaki chicken, is that sauce. So I went looking for the most authentic recipe for teriyaki sauce that I could find. And this is going to be close enough, not exact, but close enough. So in my bowl, I'm making a lot of sauce. So it'd be more than I need, but I just wanted to make sure I had enough. All right, time for the teriyaki sauce or marinade. I'm using a half a cup. The recipe called for Saki, which is like a Japanese wine. Didn't have that on hand, so I used a substitute. And this is pretty much, it's called like Shaoxing wine. You can find it in your common store or a Chinese store. It's somewhat like a rice vinegar. Half a cup of that. Then I'm doing a half a cup of soy sauce. I would use low sodium soy sauce. Preferably, I didn't have that on hand, but in the future, definitely low sodium soy sauce because we don't need all that extra salt. And then I'm putting in a half a cup of mirin, which is another Asian sauce or flavor. It's called mirin, Mirin. So I did a half a cup of each of those. And there's the mirin going in. And it's like a sweet, kind of like a sweet red wine vinegar. It's a flavor that they use in the sauce. Okay, next up we're going to add in our brown sugar. And I'm using a third cup of that brown sugar. I myself like garlic, so I'm just adding in probably about a good teaspoon or so of minced garlic because I just like that fresh garlic flavor. And I'm just going to give these a quick stir. Stirring well as to make sure that brown sugar dissolves because it just falls straight to the bottom. So just stirring well to make sure everything is well combined and well incorporated. So this is your basic teriyaki marinade, teriyaki sauce. It can marinate plenty of meats for different recipes. It's just a nice basic marinade. So next up, I have my chicken. I have my marinade. Now it's time to cook the chicken on the stove. I'm trying to get this in a large skillet, y'all. I don't want to use 2 skillets. So I'm going to try to get a large skillet and fit all this chicken in the skillet. Now, you know, another way to prep this meat or cook this meat would be if you have a black stone outside, because that's like a hibachi grill, it's that big black stone. Or if you just want to grill it, Definitely, you can cook it that way too. I'm just doing this quickly indoors, midweek meal, and so that's why I'm using the skillet. This would be delicious grilled or on a black stone. Here I'm adding in probably about 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. You just need a light oil, could be vegetable oil, canola oil, but avocado oil it's pretty good oil. So I'm using that today and just gonna let that heat up for about a minute or two. Want to put that chicken in so it is sear. We want it to be heated, the oil to be heated. Just about a good minute or so. Getting my chicken ready. And when I put it in the pan, it should sizzle. And I'm going to cook it on a medium heat. Because one thing about chicken, it needs to be well done. We are not rushing it. So I'm going to cook it on about 7 to 8 minutes on each side. Want to make sure that the chicken is cooked thoroughly. That's number one, especially when cooking chicken. So all my chicken fit in the pan. Yay, I gave it a thumbs up. So we're good to go. Let this cook on one side, and then you'll see when it starts to brown, I'm going to flip it over. But we still have some ways to go. All right. We like that brown little sear, that little crust on the chicken. On our way to teriyaki chicken. And this really didn't take long. I would say definitely under an hour. So in the last few minutes of cooking the chicken, about your final 3 or 4 minutes, I'm adding in 3 tablespoons of the teriyaki sauce, teriyaki marinade, and this is to give the chicken some color. So this is when you're going to see that color that makes it look like, oh yeah, it has a little bit of teriyaki sauce on it. Oh, that looks good. So just put a little bit in my sauce, not all of it, about 3 tablespoons. Let it cook on one side, turn it over, you see how we have some color. It's not so pale. That's, of course, that little sweetness in that teriyaki sauce and that brown sugar just cooking onto the chicken. So that's giving us our color. And the chicken's almost done. As you see, I'm turning it over for about another minute or so. And then I'm going to remove it from the pan. I hope you guys try this out. It's really good, and it's a great meal for families, for couples, for friends, for everybody really. And in the meantime, I was cooking a side of jasmine rice, and I did try to make me some sauteed vegetables and carrots because I was really trying to recreate this hibachi plate. So I made the carrots and the cabbage on the side. Plus, I made jasmine rice, not brown rice, but jasmine rice for this one. And now I'm removing my chicken, keeping my pan on a low to medium heat because I'm add in that teriyaki sauce, the teriyaki marinade, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to add that back into the pan to cook for about another 10 minutes. I want it to reduce, to thicken up. So once the chicken is removed, we set that to the side. You'll see that I cut that, but now I'm adding the sauce into the pan. Like I said, low to medium heat for about a good 10 minutes. Now, unfortunately, I didn't show this cook. I didn't show some kind of way I missed bringing it up to a boil. You'll just see it in the pan right now, but I did cook it for about 10 minutes to thicken up that sauce. Sorry I lost that footage. But at least you see it going in the pan, and from here it's going to cook. I'm just adding in a bit of honey right there, a touch of honey. All right, so now here's the chicken. I'm going to just cut that up and get it ready. And while I'm cutting this, the sauce is cooking on the stove. My rice is finished. My vegetables are finished. And we're almost ready to plate. Ooh, wee, that chicken looks good. Mm. All right, time for to plate it up. You see, I have my rice in the middle of the plate. I have my vegetables on the side, and I'm just trying to make this look as cute as possible. So I'm putting my cut up cooked chicken on the side of the rice, and then I'm going to add on the sauce that finished cooking on the stove, that teriyaki sauce, y'all. This is my teriyaki chicken plate. Y'all see it's taking me a minute. Okay, okay, there it is. That's the other part. Just trying to make it look nice and neat for the cam. Got my chicken on there. Come on, chicken. All right, get yourself together now. Oh, come on, drizzle it with some of that teriyaki, sweetened teriyaki sauce. Yes. Now, one thing I must say is a little goes a long way. You don't need a whole bunch. I would just drizzle like about a tablespoon over everything. And there she is. I did sprinkle a couple of green onions on top. And that's my hibachi meal. Teriyaki chicken is served. Thanks for coming to the kitchen. Thanks for cooking with me. Until next time, have a blessed day and blessed week. I hope you try this and let me know how it turns out. Take care.